reader friends, it's Vanessa from The Cozy Chapter, and this is my November reading wrap-up. I read some amazing books this month. I had so much fun. I had quite a few 5-star reads, and let's get into it. Starting out with Christmas People by Iva Marie Palmer. And I started reading this one right after I did my 7 Christmas books in 7 days challenge, and I was still on that Christmas high and wanted to read some more Christmas books. And I really liked this one in the beginning, but it ended up just falling a little bit short for me. It is about a woman who is a writer, and she lives in LA, and she's not doing so well. She's not living the writing lifestyle I think that she thought she was supposed to or she was planning to, and she goes back to her hometown for Christmas. And this story has a little bit of a magical element. She wakes up in the morning and she is in a heartfelt movie, which is like their equivalent of a Hallmark movie, and she's got to figure out how to get out of it. And she, of course, has her ex that lives there. There is a Christmas baking competition involved, which I did enjoy that element, but honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even remember how it ended. I just really didn't enjoy the direction that this one went. I think it had a lot of potential, but it just fell flat. So I gave this one 2.5 stars because I did enjoy it in the beginning, but I just didn't get too wrapped up in the story. My next book is The Time Hop Coffee Shop by Phaedra Patrick. I received this one as an ARC and I did enjoy reading it. It is about this woman whose family was previously featured on this commercial series, and it was kind of like this picturesque, perfect family situation, and she no longer has that same success, and now she's struggling in her marriage, and her daughter is older and she's kind of at odds a little bit with her, trying to figure out how to have a relationship with her. And she finds this magical coffee shop that takes her to where she wants to be, which is this town that was featured in the commercial that her family used to be part of. And it really has this Pleasantville element to it, if you remember that movie. And I enjoyed this book a lot. I enjoyed the premise of this book. I will just say that my one issue, I think, with it was that when they went into this Pleasantville type town area, this magical realm, it just didn't feel developed enough to me, and I'm not sure why I couldn't exactly connect with the setting, but I did enjoy it otherwise. I liked the themes, and I would recommend it to readers around this time of year. It has a little bit of a Christmas element to it, but it's not too Christmassy. I ended up giving this one 3.5 stars. Next up is Isn't It Obvious by Rachel Runya Katz. I also received this one as an ARC, and I will read any romance based on You've Got Mail, and this one is based on You've Got Mail, except it is about a woman who is a podcaster, and the person that she has the romance with is the editor to her podcast. So they don't realize that they know each other, and they meet in the very beginning of the story with our male main character sneaking out of the female main character's bedroom because he hooked up with her roommate the night before. So immediately she does not like him. And he ends up volunteering for this program at the library that she works for. So they start to build a friendship through there, but they're still kind of enemies. And then they build this romance online because he's editing her videos. And it was definitely a very good book. I really enjoyed it, and there were definitely some parts of it that I liked a lot. There was just a little bit of, once again, I didn't connect with the story quite as much as I would have liked to, so I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. Next, I have Left Up Forever by Tara DeWitt, and I really liked this romance. It was on my 10 before the end, and I'm glad that I got to it. So it's the second in this Spoons series, and I haven't read the first one, and I kind of wish that I had. So this story is about, what are their names? This story is about Ren and Ellis, and they are previously divorced, and they are gonna take their son to college in California. They live in Oregon. So they're gonna drive down, drop him off at college, and then on the way back, they are going to go on a little bit of a road trip together and see if their marriage, their relationship can work out again. And it's a really beautiful story. I really enjoyed the vacation element of it. I really enjoyed being in each of the characters' heads because it's told in dual POV. I liked it a lot. I think maybe it was a little bit hyped for me, so I didn't quite love it quite as much. It wasn't a 5-star read for me. But I will say, if you're gonna read this one, I was wrong. You should read the first one first because there's so much callback to other characters from, I assume you met them in the first book. I highly recommend reading this one. It is quite enjoyable. 4 stars. Next up, we have An Academic Affair by Jodi McAllister, and I loved this book. I received this one as an ARC, and I also got it on Book of the Month, and I'm glad I did because I completely love it. I definitely want to have a physical copy of it. It's about 2 rival literary professors. They have known each other for years and years, all throughout their schooling, and they ended up being roommates, which that's kind of fun. They don't like each other and they're roommates. And they find out about a job and they both really want it. And in order to get a job in this field, it's really, really difficult. So this is a big competition for this job. And they decide together that in order to get this job, they can get married and then they will have to hire both of them. So they decide to do so. They move together. Our male main character is such a cinnamon roll. He's just like the perfect man. I loved him so much. I loved all the talk about literature, and our female main character, Sadie, she is like a popular literature professor. So there's lots of talk about popular romance novels, which I absolutely loved. I will say maybe there was a couple things that I kind of didn't like. There was one relationship in it, not like a romantic relationship, that I kind of didn't like the direction that it went, but nevertheless, I still give it 5 stars. I highly recommend this book. It's Different This Time by Joss Richard. I also received this one as an ARC, and I loved it so very much. This is a second chance romance about 2 previous roommates, and they have since moved on from their lives, and they end up back in New York where they used to be roommates, and they are having to share their same living space again together. Our female main character is an actress and our male main character is a chef. It's told with a dual timeline, and it was so stinking good. I want to say if you loved The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, this would be a fantastic novel for you. It was just perfect. I love the chef element. That's one of my, favorite little things that I love in a story. If there is a chef and then there's lots of talk about food and sharing these meals together, I absolutely love that. I loved the development of the characters. I love the New York setting. It was so cute. I absolutely love the cover of this one. Once again, a fall read. However, I think this one's good for the entire fall to winter season and has that cozy feeling. I gave it 5 stars, and I think you should read it too. Finally, my favorite book of the month, which was Battle of the Bookstores by Ali Brady. I love this book so stinking much. It had all the elements to work out, and I'm glad that it did. It's about the 2 managers of 2 different bookstores that are right next to each other that are owned by the same person. And in the beginning of the story, you find out that these 2 bookstores are going to have to merge together, and they are only going to keep one of the managers. And they're 2 very different bookstores. So our male main character, he runs the romance bookstore, and our female main character runs the literary fiction bookstore. And our male main character is the perfect man. You can imagine, because he reads romance. So he once again is a perfect cinnamon roll. I loved him so very much. This is a You've Got Mail inspired story, which that is my favorite romance movie, or rom-com, I guess. They are enemies in real life, but they know each other online in this book forum, but they don't know who they are. And it is just so stinking perfect. I loved the development of the characters. I liked the side characters. And if you are a book lover, this is so amazing because it talks about so many amazing books, and I highly, highly recommend this one. And finally, my stack of Christmas romance new releases. So I am going to refer you to my video where I did a full-on review of all of these books. I ranked them all with a star rating, a spice rating, and a Christmassy rating. If you haven't watched that video, please go check it out. That will give you a full recap of these 7 books, and I will let you know that there were some 5-star reads in here, so I would check that out to get some Christmas recommendations. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me your favorite book that you read in November.